Well, thanks everybody for joining us. My name again is Judd Halenza. I am a account manager here at AlphaBold. Today's webinar, we're going to be talking about Dynamics 365 customer service and the Omnichannel. The name of the webinar is Seamless Customer Experience with Dynamics 365. Again, we are going to be talking about the Dynamics 365 customer service piece, specifically around Omnichannel. Today, I'm joined by Robert Wenstren. Rob is a bold enthusiast. He has over 15 years of CRM experience. He's focused on helping businesses reach goals through technology, and he's committed to maintaining long-term partnerships.
Thanks, Judd. Again, my name is Rob Wenstren. Nice to meet you. I'm here with Judd Halenza. He is also a bold enthusiast. That's what we like to call ourselves. He's got 15 plus years of customer-focused account management experience, and he loves technology and learning how to apply it in everyday life.
Thanks, Rob. Well, let's kind of get to what we're going to be talking about today. Today's outline. We're going to talk about some pretty common customer service pain points. We're going to be talking about what Dynamics customer service is, and specifically what is Omnichannel. We're going to walk through a couple customer service and Omnichannel scenarios, and then we're going to discuss what the future state of customer service / Omnichannel will be in the future. You know, I'm assuming that most of the people that are joining are working in some type of organization that needs customer service or has customer solution in place. Some pretty common problems are inability to resolve common customer complaints efficiently. That is, you know, they kind of get bounced around. There's got to be an easier way to do this. Another problem is customer interactions stored in multiple locations, no unified customer engagement summary. That is the call where somebody calls in and says, hey, I talked to somebody about this exact thing last week. You guys don't have a record of it. Lack of social media integration to resolve customer issues. That is, you really haven't taken a hold of your social media accounts and aren't responding to customers on whether it be LinkedIn, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, etc. And then the inability for customers to self-diagnose and self-resolve issues that they have. That is, you know, being able to not have to interact with your customer service staff to resolve issues. Dynamics customer service. It's a fully featured tracking case management tool. It is that single repository for all customer interactions. It reduces overall customer contact volumes by providing self-service resources. You know, when we talk about that, we're talking about the knowledge base, which is a piece where customers can go in and solve their own issues. Omnichannel is
It's essentially it's the way it is a feature. It's a product feature set, but essentially when we're interacting with customers, they're interacting with us through a number of different what we call channels. So they may call in via phone, they may respond via email, they may reach out to you via social media, chat, SMS. These are all different channels. And what Omnichannel does is it takes all these different disparate channels and it puts them into a single interface, allowing you to interact with your customers and seeing all of their interactions with you in a single place.
It's kind of like a dynamic dashboard,
yeah,
where the customer service rep can service clients when they come in and be able to help manage cases and review past histories and have access to that knowledge base, which you keep on telling me is not a wiki. I understand that. It gives them the ability to go in and have all those resources and have all that information in one place.
Absolutely. So I guess we'll start off by showing, providing a demonstration. So what we're about to see is we're about to see a customer, and the customer is going to log into a customer service portal for our fictitious company called Contoso. And within Contoso, this customer is going to access the customer service portal. And the customer service portal actually allows customers to look through the knowledge base, which you've exposed out to the customer. The cool thing about the knowledge base is that it's actually tied into the customer service application itself. And so you can generate and modify these knowledge base articles as you come across issues with customers, and then edit them, make them look nice, embed videos, pictures, and things like that, and present them on your portal so that users can go and find them easily. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started and dig right into our scenario here. Okay, so to start off with, where we're finding ourselves is we're actually on the Contoso customer self-service portal, and all we're going to do right now is we're going to enter in an issue that we're having. In this scenario, I've got a smartwatch. It stops syncing with a device, and so I'm going to put in my search query here at the top of the portal, and I'm going to search for a result. Very simply, we have a number of different results, as would be expected if searching through something. And we can see that there is an article here called Smartwatch Sync Issues. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Smartwatch Sync Issues and take a look at that article. So again, a very simple article. There's not a whole lot of formatting here. Just as a reminder, we can embed videos, pictures, other assets. It doesn't need to be static text, but in this scenario, I'm going to say that me as the customer, I read through this article, and unfortunately, it didn't solve my problem. So what are my next steps? Well, one of the things I noticed is that at the very bottom of the page, we have a Let's Chat button. So let's go ahead and start a chat and see where it leads us.
Great.
Okay, so I've gone ahead and started a chat, and you'll notice that I got an immediate response from a virtual agent. Microsoft calls these Power Virtual Agents, and essentially it's a bot. So as we kind of dig into this, we'll see that we'll have a conversation with our virtual agent. I've mentioned that I'm having trouble with my smartwatch. We'll converse with that agent to see if the agent can help us. It's provided me a couple of resources. So can you tell me more about the issues you're having? It's providing me a couple of issues. And I've got one here that says I can't keep my smartwatch connected. So I'm actually going to click on that and see what things it recommends for me. It has actually recommended another knowledge base article or a knowledge base article for me to take a look at. So in this scenario, I could click on it. Of course, it's going to take me to that knowledge base article. I can decide whether or not that resolves the issue. And if it does, that's great. I didn't have to engage an actual customer service agent to resolve my problem. The results helped me out, and it was pretty easy, pretty streamlined.
Yeah, from a management perspective, you're not getting that person on with a customer service agent. You're able to resolve the issue quickly, and it's pretty much just by making videos or pictures or knowledge base articles available to them where they can just self-serve them.
In a scenario where we, and that's what we're going to dig into next. In a scenario where that didn't help me out, maybe I need to continue chatting with the customer service agent and see where it leads me. So, Judd, back to you. I think you've got a poll for us.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and launch a quick poll. Hopefully, you guys can hop on and take a look at this and answer the question. This really kind of comes down to what we're trying to gauge is, are you using metrics to improve upon your customer's experience with your customer service department?
We'll give people a minute here just to respond, and then we'll present the results here shortly. Maybe another 20 seconds here.
Sounds good.
Let people respond. All right. Looks like I haven't seen any responses for a while. So if we want to go ahead and if you want to share those poll results. So just so everybody can see here.
Yeah, it looks like got Customer sat score kind of came in first, but followed by NPS. And then there's a good amount of people that are using both. It looks like there's a couple of people that aren't using any type of metrics, and somebody that doesn't know.
All right.
So,
very good.
well, it's great to hear that people are taking advantage of metrics to drive kind of future engagements. I mean, we're going to talk about that in a little bit anyways. But,
yep.
Yeah. Back to you, Rob.
Perfect. All right. So as I mentioned before, let's say in our first scenario, the customer wasn't able to resolve their issue by using either the knowledge base or using a guided bot, a Power Virtual Agent to assist. So that customer is going to continue that conversation, and let's actually take a look at that conversation now that it's gone to one of our agents to see what that conversation looks like. So. Bear with me 1 second here. So minor technical glitch, but there we go. All right. So when this appears for you, what you'll see is an Omnichannel agent dashboard. Normally, our agent will sit here, can see their current open items that they're working on. So this might be some cases or some other activities that they've been working on. We can see some of the closed items here. We can see a closed work stream, a message through Facebook Messenger, actually. But you see in the upper right-hand corner, we're getting a chat request from a customer. I'm going to go ahead and accept that chat request. And as soon as I accept that, you'll notice that it pulls up a new window for me. And this is the customer profile. The first thing that we see in our customer profile on the left-hand side is our chat log. And this is actually going to give the agent context of what this customer has been talking to with the Power Virtual Agent. But also potentially this can be permanently logged. So the next time this customer comes and talks to a customer service agent through chat or through another means, we'll be able to pull up this log and see kind of context history, what they've previously talked about, things like that. Another area to take a look at here is the conversation summary. And one of the things that we have the capability of doing with our chat agent is providing what's called a pre-chat survey. So in this scenario, the customer, again, we didn't show this, but the customer could have had a pre-chat survey. In this case, we asked 3 questions: what their name was, what can we help you with, and if they were still under warranty. So we have some basic information here. On the second tab here, self-service, again, this application is tied to our external facing portal. And that portal has the ability to log all of its interactions. And as you can see, we started a chat with that customer. The customer started to chat with us. We can actually see the areas that were visited by that customer, the pages visited, search terms searched, which knowledge base articles they viewed. So it's giving us a really fairly good picture of what the interactions they've already had to help you rule out what they've already tried. So one of the other things to mention here is agent scripting. So as this agent helps out this customer, we can actually follow a predefined set of steps and scripts so that new customer service agents, as we onboard them, can get up to speed more quickly without extensive training. All right, so now that we've kind of got to go over some of the basics, there's a couple more areas I want to point out, and then we'll go ahead and resolve this issue with May. The first thing I want to point out is in the upper left-hand corner, this solution uses artificial intelligence to do a sentiment tracking or sentiment assessment, and it's saying that slightly positive. So the words that this customer's been using aren't negative or neutral. They are positive, so that's good. If this was, negative or very negative, you might want to change how you're interacting with the customer. Just kind of give you an idea of how that customer's mood might be as they're coming into the conversation. A couple other areas to mention: Smart Assist. So based upon the conversation dialogue, some of the other information, we have a timeline over here which shows some other interactions that we've had with this customer, emails, maybe phone calls, etc. it's recommending that they may want to extend their warranty. So you notice that when we saw that pre-chat survey earlier, their warranty was expired. This Smart Assist AI sees some of the language, sees that their warranty is expired, and it's making a recommendation to us that, hey, we may want to extend their warranty. Last but not least, we mentioned the knowledge base article. So the customer has the ability to look through knowledge base, but within this conversation history itself, the actual customer service agent has the ability to search for knowledge bases or knowledge base articles to help the customer. Okay, so actually before we continue on, I'm going to say in this particular situation, if we look through the conversation history, it looks like we were able to help with the issue, but this customer is looking to extend their warranty. So in this demo today, I'm not going to get into doing contract extensions and warranties and things like that, but needless to say, we're going to help this customer out. We're going to create what's called a case, an incident record, track all the information against that, help extend their warranty, and sell them a new contract. So once we've done that, I'm going to go ahead and go back to my screen here. We're going to want to send a follow-up email. Again, this is a Microsoft product. So because it's a Microsoft product, fully integrated with Exchange and your email. So this tool allows you to send emails through your own Outlook or a shared mailbox. So if you're using a customer service mailbox, you can do that, all within the same interface. So if you have other users using Outlook and they want to see emails that were sent and received, that's all compatible with this. So if you send emails out of here, receive emails within this interface, it's all linked together. So we have essentially a complete picture of that customer without losing any of the functionality that we're used to.
Yeah, and that's great. Having the ability to have one place where you can see all the interactions, see past issues, it just makes a customer service representative's life a whole lot easier because it's all there, it's all in one place. And really more importantly, that speeds up that adds to the efficiency. These people are able to look, understand past issues, understand resolutions in the past, and are able to resolve these cases a lot quicker. So I think that really does a good job kind of encapsulating the value of Omnichannel and what it brings to just a traditional customer service solution. It really is kind of a one shop or a one place to do everything that you need to do as a customer service rep. So do we want to run another poll?
Not just yet.
Okay.
Sorry, two more things to show real quick. So we finished from the agent perspective. We're sending a follow-up email. Let's actually swap over to the customer side and see what they see when they're wrapping this up. So again, we're going to swap back over to May. We've seen that they're able to help us out. We've extended the warranty. As the customer will say, no, thank you. That's all I have to do today. So there's nothing else. I'll go ahead and hit the submit button. And immediately what happens is a message or a link to a follow-up survey is provided in the chat, allowing them to provide feedback for their service. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and let's take a look at that survey. Very good. Very simple satisfaction survey, allowing us to answer 1 to 5 for a couple of these questions, additional feedback. And of course, once it's all submitted, as we'll show in the next demo, we're actually able to take a look at some of these satisfaction surveys and use it to compute things like a CSAT score, things like that.
Okay.
One final thing to point out to show is, of course, I'm done from a customer perspective. But if I were to log in as a manager within our environment, I can actually take a look at all of the current ongoing conversations that are happening across the organization. Who the active agent is, what their current customer sentiment is, and really dig into those conversations. So as a manager, this would be useful for me to help coach my customer service agents to be better. We could take a look at the negative sentiment ones to see if what are some ways that we can improve from a customer service perspective.
Yeah, and as a manager, it also gives you the ability to look, and if you see something that is very negative, maybe it means that you're going to intervene on the call or that interaction and help them escalate it towards resolution, as opposed to kind of waiting and all of a sudden that person's got to come in 2 or 3 times. That's ultimately the goal of customer service, is to resolve interactions quickly and move on to the next interaction. We'd like to get a better understanding of our audience and systems. I've got another poll I'd like to share. Are you using a ticket tracking case management system? And if are, which one are you using?
So we give people 60 seconds here to answer this question. Curious to see what people are using, and yeah. While we're having a little bit of downtime here, we will have a Q&A section. So if you have any questions, please put them in the question section, and we'll try and get them answered toward the end of the call.
Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the poll here. Okay, it looks like we've got a whole host of people. I'm actually kind of interesting. Nobody's using Freshdesk, but this is pretty standard. We see a lot of people on Jira, Salesforce Service Cloud, which is Zendesk, and other seems to be pretty high. Maybe in the questions you can let us know if you are using another system, what that is. Rob, are you ready for
I'm ready.
The next piece?
Okay. So the next thing we're going to look at is using the data from past customer service integration or engagements to shape future interactions. And what does that mean? It means we're going to use our collected data, such as CSAT scores, time to resolution, some of our SLAs, to analyze our data in a visual form to let us make decisions about how we're going to improve our customer service organization. So without further delay here, let's dig right in and show you what that looks like. Again, my apologies, little technical problem here, so bear with me for 1 second. All right. Judd, let me know when you can see that. Yeah, Fred. Okay, very good. All right, so what we're looking at today is our customer insights dashboard, and we have a few pieces of information I want to highlight. So first off, we're looking at some trending topics. So these are case titles, topics that we've chosen as we've created an incident or a case. Lets us sort of bucket certain types of cases together. Today, let's actually dig into smartwatch related issues and take a little further deeper dive into the data. So I'll click on that. Again, I will mention for those who are technical in the audience, a lot of this is built on with Power BI in the background. But what we're looking at are sort of some out of the box reporting that comes with the solution. So in this case, we're looking at smartwatch cases by day. So the number by day and priority. So it might give us a few insights on, we might have heavier peak days, or we might see a trend. For example, this is about smartphone or smartwatch issues. So we might be seeing a trend of increasing issues for a product. Might be something that we need to have product development look into. So some interesting insights. And as we dig in further, we can get into some more interesting data. So for this particular day, we can actually see when we receive these calls throughout the day. Help us make staffing decisions, such as, hey, maybe at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, I might need to increase the number of staff because I'm getting a lot of incoming messages that we need to deal with. Again, it also breaks it down by the channel. So as we mentioned, we showed you the chat functionality earlier, but it could be email, SMS, phone, through Facebook. There's a number of different ways that we can interact with our customers. So moving right along, let's go ahead and take a look at resolutions. So again, another area showing us some information about how we resolve cases. So again, interesting stuff. We can see agents that are taking the longest to resolve, and also agents handling most escalations. So one of the things here is maybe we see a correlation. So it's taking a long time for Enrico to resolve his cases, but if you take a look, he's getting the most escalations. So it could be that he's just dealing with more cases. Of course, just like everything else, we can dig into it and see further insights, get further insights about this particular client. So when I drill in, again, just we're seeing it zoomed in. We can drill in further if we need to, but as I mentioned, just more insights about the data itself. Sort of the last area I wanted to talk about today is our customer satisfaction area. Again, we're seeing what our average, so again, a lot of this is based upon that post survey that we're providing our customers for feedback. We can see that we have 93 surveys completed, so 88.6% for collection rate for surveys, which is really high. I can say from personal experience, it usually wouldn't be that high, but as you can see, just it gives us a bit more insight about how we're resolving cases. Just like everything else, we can drill into this further. Again, these are all standard data points, but we can be customized to meet the needs of you and your organization. Just wanted to give you kind of a taste of what's available.
Yeah, and just I really want to highlight this last piece here, because this really is where the decisions are being made from, or at least a big part of the decisions that are being made on a managerial level. As Rob talked about, scheduling, it gives you an insight as to when those calls are coming in. Escalations and the type of calls, do we need to do a better job in building out our knowledge base, because we're getting a lot of calls being driven to customer service reps, when if we had better self-service articles, maybe we could take some of those customers and have them service themselves and not speak to customer service reps. The other thing that's really nice about this is that the AI can route certain calls based on customer service reps' experience and expertise. So if somebody has been kind of difficult in the past when you've had interactions with them, and you have somebody that seems to really not have anything ever escalate, maybe you want to push that person there. And the other side of that is maybe you have somebody who is an expert in, for Rob's example, syncing up smartwatches and helping people sync smartwatches. You could route the call to that customer service agent. And that all could be done using the AI that's available in the solution, which is a great thing. It really kind of adds that extra layer of actionable reports that are being driven out of the solution.
Great. So I think we're complete with this demonstration. I think we have another poll. We have one more poll to provide for the group, and then we'll cover the roadmap, and then we'll go into our Q&A.
Quick poll. What we want to know is, what is your primary purpose of attending this webinar today? Are you looking at Dynamics? You looking to switch to MS Dynamics from something like Zendesk or the Salesforce piece? Just wanted to learn about Dynamics, educational reasons, or maybe it's something else.
All right, give a couple more seconds here. It looks like we've got a good portion of people who voted. Give them another 10 seconds.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, we can go ahead and close the poll.
Okay, let's see where everybody ended up. A lot of people just wanted to learn about it, and there are a couple people looking at it. So wonderful. Thank you for participating in the poll.
All right. So I think the next step on our list here is, let's talk about the roadmap. So just and this is just a teaser of what's to come. There's actually quite a large number of upcoming releases. Just so everybody knows, Microsoft has a pretty regular release cadence for features. They typically do 2 what they call release waves within a year, and it's usually sort of a spring summer release and then a fall winter release. We're just in the middle of wave 1 for 2022. A few of the things to look out for. full Teams integration. So essentially, as I've got listed here, interact and collaborate with colleagues within the interface. So, we were showing dynamics earlier. This would actually allow you to see Teams, interact with people via Teams, as well as being able to see all of the data that you have within Dynamics as well. So
gives people an opportunity to ask a simple question, maybe to a manager, maybe to somebody else with some expertise. Maybe it's somebody that's newer on the team and they're looking for a little advice from somebody else. And again, it's the whole context that you never have to leave as a customer service rep. You never have to leave the Omnichannel. You never have to go, leave, and come back. You can do it all right there on one screen.
Another item, unified routing. So currently Dynamics has the ability to route cases, activities, and other information to different people within the database itself. The enhanced routing engine just enhances that process, provides a better user interface for queues and using of queues, but also provides some enhanced triggers and capabilities for routing different items within the system to other people. So, and I'm sure as most people know, this is all built on Dynamics, so it's already has a robust automation engine, actually two, workflow and using Power Automate, and this enhances that capability even further.
Yeah, it brings that capability into Omnichannel where they can take advantage of it from within the context of Omnichannel. So again, a great feature when it comes out.
And then one of the last things I just wanted to highlight is we showed you the customer-facing portal where we've exposed knowledge base, chat. We can also do things like expose our actual cases or incidents, so allow our customers to be able to see the cases and interactions that they've had with us. And the status of maybe open issues that they have. But one of the new features that they're providing is the ability to have a community, essentially put a community on your portal. Previous versions of the portal had the concept of a forum. This is sort of an enhanced version of that, allowing you to interact with your communities, but in a more streamlined way and potentially more moderated way, as opposed to a traditional forum. So just a few things to look forward to. And then I think we're up onto our question period. And I have a great question that I'm going to start with. And then I think we have a couple other ones. But this first question is, how is the self-service portal different than Dynamics 365 itself and the company website? It's a great question. So the Dynamics 365 portal is a separate application, but all of the data that's displayed on the portal is actually resides within Dynamics 365 itself. It uses Dynamics 365 as its database. And what that means is all of the pages, all of the content, everything that you see on there is actually located in the database itself. So it's very portable. It's also incredibly skinnable. So I don't have if you reach out to us independently, we can show you a couple of examples of portals that we've skinned for our customers, but we can make it look exactly like your existing website. In fact, many customers do. Now, it is a different site itself, but it can be integrated into your website, made to look like your website.
Seamless transition. When they click the button, they think they're just going to another page, but it's actually taking them to that knowledge base / that portal. So.
Yep. So hopefully that answers your question. It is a separate tool, but it's built on the same database and can expose basically any information that you have in your Dynamics database to your end customers, and providing them their own logins to view that information.
Another question that we have is talk about chatbots. Are chatbots part of the solution? Yes, chatbots are part of the solution. There is a chatbot. You also have the ability to utilize third-party chatbots, but what you would be lacking is that AI and integration piece with Omnichannel. There are chatbot companies out there, or people that developed other chatbots that they can be integrated into Omnichannel. We prefer the chatbot that's available out of the box because it has all that functionality in there, all the bugs taken care of, et cetera.
Yeah, but as Judd mentioned, we can connect to basically any type of chatbot. The framework is flexible. So if you have your own phone system, if you have your own chat, if you have another channel that we haven't even thought about, there's a high likelihood that we'll be able to bring that into Omnichannel and process that data for you. So, so we do have another question.
Follow up from Jacqueline.
Yeah, follow up on the portal question. Is there a login and who gets access and how? And this is in relation to the portal. And yes, there is a login. Access actually can be done a number of different ways. Out of the box, it's all done in interface, and that's actually stored inside of the database itself. So you have a contact record in your database, and that could be a customer. You can set them up with a username, set up their password, and they can, of course, manage that all themselves at that point. And it's all just managed inside of the database itself. That's one option. Another option is we can connect to a third-party authenticator. If you're familiar with the technology OAuth, it's fully OAuth and OAuth 2 capable. So if you're using Okta or some other single sign-on process, you could use Google, you can use Facebook, you can use any identity provider, and we can store all of that associated with their contact record within Dynamics and have them log in that way.
Yeah, and that will give you the ability, Jacqueline, whether maybe you want them to have the ability to go back and look at previous cases they've opened up. Maybe you put together an area where you've collected previous resolutions and knowledge base articles for them specifically. It will give you the ability to basically tailor that for their engagement.
Looks like we have another question.
Is the knowledge base the same thing as a wiki?
That's a good question. So, and the answer is no. So a wiki would normally be something that other users can contribute to. Essentially a central knowledge repository that's sort of updated by you and others. This is more presenting different articles to your end customers or your end users.
Curated.
It's curated content.
Yeah, yeah. So the funny thing is that you can go out and you can grab videos from YouTube. You can grab how-to tutorials that somebody's put together. You can create those themselves and share them in YouTube, etc. But it gives you, again, one place where you have all that content amassed where you can turn around and make it customer facing. It really is a great solution.
Did we have any other questions, Jen? I think that's it. Looks like we don't have any other questions. So we'll go ahead and
we'll wrap it up. Yeah. Hey, we have put this together for several companies. We're excited about it. We understand the technology. And if this is something that you're interested in, we'd love to talk to you. Really, the way we look at ourselves as technologists, I mean, this is an example of the solution of one of many that we deal with and help people out with. So really what we want to do is we want to sit down with you and kind of get a better understanding of the issues that you're having with the current systems that you're using, if you are using a system, and kind of work through that and see if we can help you out with some type of solution to help you resolve issues. And we could, talk about various technologies that can help you do that. And finally, we'd love to hear from you. If you'd like, give us a call. You can email us, or you can visit us and just submit it using chat, submit a ticket on our website, and we can talk to you about some of the different offerings that we have. You can see examples of this and some of our other work that we've done for some of our clients. So
yeah, we love talking to you. We love talking about how we can help you solve your issues. So feel free to reach out to us.
Yeah,
and figure things out.
Well, thank you for your time, everybody. I hope you have a great day, and hopefully we'll be hearing from you soon.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.